Brick luck strikes again. The night Stiggums came rolling back into town, I swear the wind shifted. Johnny and me was down by Sutro's cliff house, kicking stones and wondering what happened to the last of the whiskey when a shadow loomed out of the fog. Tall, hat brim wide as a wagon wheel. Unshaven, beard looking like he'd been battling the sands of time itself. Brick brother, Johnny. His voice was a gravelly whisper like wind whistling through old canyon walls. "Miss me? Davey Wild Eye Stiggums," Johnny whooped, jumping to his feet. "Back from the desert? I thought you was lost out there in the eye of the Sahara." "Naw. Just taking my time," Stiggums drawled, pulling a dusty flask from his coat. "Moors out there, they call it the rich hat structure. But me, I call it something else. A damn open-air grid wound, that's what it is. The rich hat structure, eye of the Sahara." We huddled up near the cliffs as Stiggums told his tale. "It's too big to be natural, boys," he said, his eyes going distant like he was seeing it again. "Miles and miles of terraforming, perfect circles carved right into the earth." "Terraforming?" I muttered, brow furrowing. "Aye," Stiggums nodded. "Canals so intricate they'd make your head spin. And what's left? Nothing but sand, a whole desert, the aftermath of the first ether storm." "They stripped it," he went on, eyes glinting like polished steel, "down to the bedrock. Whatever was there before, gone. Ain't nothing but the leftovers of a world that was." "The eye? A wound?" "Eye," Stiggums muttered. "A scar. You can feel it humming beneath the sand if you listen close enough. The grid's still alive under there, ripple after ripple, spreading out across the world. On business with the top hatters. But what brings you back to Frisco, Stiggy?" I finally asked, curiosity gnawing at me. Stiggums sighed, taking a long swig of that dusty flask. "Business," he said, voice tight. "Translating for them top hatters, Chinese contracts. They're wrangling cheap labor for some grand scheme they won't even tell me about." And, Stiggums grimaced, "I gotta sit across the table from Gangy's Prawn." Johnny near spit out the swig of whiskey he just stole. "Gangy's Prawn? The Chinatown kingpin?" Stiggums nodded. "Prawn wants in on the grid too, but his angle? Different. He's pushing Chinese granite, prefabricated blocks, wants to replace the old world bricks with something colder. Dead. Megaliths," I muttered, a chill creeping down my spine. Exactly," Stiggums said, his eyes narrowing. "Something unnatural. Something that don't hum like a good old T-car brick does." "Sea cave under Sutro's cliff house." After all that talk, we needed air, so we took a walk down by the cliff house. "Let's go below," Stiggums suggested, a wild glint in his eye. "I want to show y'all something." We climbed down into one of those old sea caves beneath Sutro's place, hidden from most folks, but not from us. "You feel that?" Stiggums whispered, hand on the stone wall. The hum? I did. A low vibration, faint, like a heartbeat beneath the earth. "It's the grid," Stiggums murmured. "Rippled out from the reach eye. It don't stop, just keeps moving, spreading, reaching even here." The grid ripples beneath the sands of time. "What's it doing, Stiggy?" Johnny asked, his voice barely above a whisper. Stiggums' eyes gleamed in the dim light. "Tuning the frequencies, shifting realities, one grain of sand at a time." My heart pounded in my ears as the cave seemed to hum louder. "What's left of that desert?" Stiggums went on. "Ain't dead. It's dormant, like a lion sleeping with one eye open. And if it wakes up," I asked, voice dry as the sand Stiggums had walked across. "If it wakes up, the grid changes," he said, voice low. "San Francisco ain't the same after that. High tide trouble." Before we could dwell too long on that bone-chilling thought, the tide came in fast. "We gotta go. Now!" I hollered. But them waves came rolling in faster than I'd ever seen. We was trapped. "Brick luck," Johnny muttered, shaking his head as we splashed through the dark water. "Over here," Stiggums shouted, leading us to a small, hidden chamber deeper in the cave. "Safe enough," he grunted, wiping his brow. We waited out here, tidal drop by dawn. A night of revelations. We sat in that chamber, the walls humming like a far-off choir. Stiggums spoke soft, telling us more about the grid ripple coming from the eye of the Sahara, how it altered time and space across the world. The sands of time ain't just a saying, boys, he muttered. They hold memories, frequencies. And if you know how to listen, you can hear what's coming, Johnny whispered, eyes wide with wonder. Aye, Stiggums nodded, taking another swig of that cognac. You can. Dawn and escape. By the time dawn broke, the tide had receded. We live another day, Johnny grinned, stepping out of that cave like he'd been born again. Brick luck strikes again, I muttered, shaking my head. Stiggums gave us that wild, toothy grin of his. Aye, but luck won't hold forever, boys. And in that moment, we all knew the grid was changing beneath our feet, and time, it was running out.